me. I always end up doing this when I look like a right scruff bag. G?
Yo.
Are you excited for Toastie to be back?
Can't wait.
Woo! It's my turn to make the first cheese toastie of 2020. This is a toastie that has been on my list of toasties to make ever since we started this series on my YouTube channel. I'm very excited about it. Let me get my ingredients out. Okay, so I've wanted to do like a Heinz bean and cheese toastie for ages. And today's the day. Baked beans in a toastie. I thought that'd be amazing, kind of like a breakfast toastie. I'm also going to add some sausages to make it like a proper brunch. So I've got pork and brownie apple sausages. We're also obsessed with sriracha, so I thought we can add some sriracha either on the side to dunk or mix it in with the beans. And cheese wise, didn't really know what to go for, so I have just picked up a pre-grated English mature cheddar, and I have this as well, vintage cheddar. So two different types here. Let's make it super cheesy, super beany. Could maybe even potentially have some beans on the side to dunk as well. Forgot to show you guys the bread. I couldn't find any toasty bread when I went to the shop, so I just got some thick white bread. I'm going to be using Lurpak butter, and I've done 2 sausages, but I chopped them up into like little cubes because I thought firstly it would cook quicker, and secondly I don't need it as a whole sausage. I'm thinking of potentially cutting the skin off so it's just sausage meat, which I think might be quite nice. Just a little sprinkle of this throughout. My biggest dilemma is whether to cook the beans. But oh my god. Okay, I don't know if any of you guys heard that, but the toastie maker just blew into flames. It just caught on fire, massive flames came out of it. So I turned it off at the plug, and we're gonna have to abort the toastie machine and instead do it some other way. I've never made a toastie without a toastie maker before, so this is going to be interesting. I don't know what was wrong with it. Maybe it's on its last legs, or because we've overused it, or maybe it wasn't, like, maybe it had some oil in it. But look, you can kind of see where it caught on fire. To me that looks like maybe, yeah, oil or butter has just caught on fire. Not good. I'm going to try it in the griddle pan. I'm going to look at a YouTube tutorial of how to do this. Okay, so apparently doing it this way, I don't need to butter the bread on the outside because I just need to butter the pan. So I'm just melting it in. I've heated the beans up just the tiniest bit, because I think they'll still cook a lot in here. I've got the sausages here and I've patted them dry, kind of try to get the oil off. I think I'm going to be able to try and do them both at the same time because this pan is quite big. So I'm just laying them both down, and I'm going to layer up in this position as they cook and grill underneath. Let's get the heat up just a little bit more to start off with. I really hope this works. I can't be bothered to grate the other cheese, so I'm just going to stick with this. I guess the good thing about this is I can make it as deep fills as I want because it's not like it's going to be fine to shut. So that's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to add some beans. I'm trying to get some beans without too much like liquid, so I drained a lot of the ketchup off first. I might mush the rest of it into a bit of a paste. Sausage. And then we need a lot more cheese. This is what it's looking like. I'm going to put the next layer on and then try and flip. A couple of things in there. Okay, I think I'm going to flip. Oh my god, that looks amazing! Look at that! Oh my god, I'm actually really impressed with that. This could be a tiny bit more crisp, but I think that looks amazing. I think also it might have worked a bit better if the bread was thinner, because this is thick sliced and I feel like it's not cooking all the way through. Making a cup of tea and also trying to grill the sides. This is looking pretty good. I think I'm all ready to serve now, so I'm just gonna finish this tea. Actually looks really freaking good.
Oh, it smells good and looks good. I think I prefer the look of that one.
Yeah, it looks cool, doesn't it?
Oh, I like that you've done one for yourself.
Yes.
Bit of self-love.
Self-love.
It's a hat.
Hat. Right.
Thanks, babe.
Bon appetit. This is called Beanswick East.
Beanswick East. Oh, inspired by our fave. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, this looks like a proper American toastie. Let's show them. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, babe, yes. Genius. Oh, can't wait for this.
Mmm.
It's really good.
God, that is very cheesy. I've put so much cheese in.
That's genius though, babe, with the beans and the sriracha, because we love
sriracha and beans on toast at the moment.
Mm.
Oh, yes. Right, I feel a bit rusty doing this. But
yeah,
now,
what do we do again?
And now we have to score it. So, Beanswick East, how would you score it on aroma?
Aroma, I like the smell of it a lot. I got a little bit of a preview of the smell, didn't I, when you set the flat on fire? But it was good. Like, it was very sausagey, very meaty. It was a very meaty smell. Not much cheese or beans coming through there.
I'd score it down if I were you.
Maybe a 5.
Yeah. It's just sausagey, which isn't a really nice smell, really. Like meat. Technique.
This was interesting. Talk me through your technique then.
Okay, so my technique had to change.
Your technique was step 1, set the toasty maker on fire.
Yeah. The fact that I had to change my tactic definitely put me on a back foot, I think, because I was a little bit stressed and I didn't know what I was doing. So my technique was to butter a griddle pan, lay the first piece of bread in there, which was buttered on the inside, if that makes sense. Then I layered it up, all my ingredients, as the underside was cooking.
Oh, okay.
And then I put the top side on, and then when I felt like it was ready, I flipped it.
Oh, you flipped the whole thing?
Yeah. And I managed to get both toasties in the same griddle pan, which I thought was a skill. Otherwise, it would have one of them would have been a bit shit. Would have been
impressive.
cold.
Did you cut it in half before you griddled it? No.
Cut it in after. And I also griddled each side to try and.
Well, the edges.
Try to do that.
Well, how did you with the grippers?
Just with my hands. Heated my beans up just slightly beforehand in the pan. I didn't want to get them too hot.
Where was all the bean sauce? What did you do with that?
Drained some of it into a Tupperware so I could have it for lunch this week.
Yummy.
No, with beans as well. I didn't use all of them.
Just as a soup.
Did you think I should have had more, like, the sauce on the side to dunk?
Ooh, considering, you know, that you set the flat on fire, you pivoted really well.
Thanks.
And you improvised really well. Yeah. And I think so the technique has to score highly on for those reasons. I'm going to say 9.
What?
Because of the improvisation. If you'd set out just to do it, that might be different. But yeah, I'd say definitely 9.
Texture.
I think the texture was better than our normal toasties.
I think so too. You know what, guys? I would definitely try griddling it. I think a griddle pan's the way to go. It was so much more crunchy than a normal one that we do in the toastie maker.
You got all the you got the crunch of the toast, then you got the softness of the cheese, you got a bit of the meat, beans, like everything. I think like in a toasting machine, it just incinerates it.
It does.
It just compresses the whole thing. If there was a bit more sausage, you might have got an interesting bit more of a texture in it.
Yeah, there wasn't.
But 8. Feels great. I thought there was enough cheese.
There was so much. I thought there was too much cheese, actually.
I don't think there was too much. I thought that the right amount of cheese. Beans, great. Love what you did with the beans. Got rid of the sauce so it wasn't too mushy.
Yeah.
Could have been more sausage. So the fill could have been better. 5. 6.
Appearance.
You can just get higher marks just by looking at me in a shocked way.
No, do you want to put that down?
No. 6. 6 is fair. Appearance, I love the little I heart you sriracha scribble. Toasty looked great. You know, looked great. Maybe a 6 because, or 7.
No.
Because some of the other stuff you've done, where there's been like little extra pops
you're
and
right,
like
you're
loads
so
of
right.
little extra frills and stuff. But the toastie, if we're talking like toast, the toaster looked the business. I'm going to say 6.5.
No, just 6.
7.
No, just 6.
6.5.
6.
6.5.
Okay. Taste?
Thought taste was great. Loved it. If there was more sausage, it would have tasted even better. Even
yeah.
better. 6.8.
No,
Yeah.
that's too hard to add up.
No, it isn't. Fine.
You're going to be the one adding this up. And uniqueness.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's not really that unique. Like Greg do a sausage, cheese and beans pasty, and that was my inspiration.
That's true. Beans on toast.
Beans
it's a bit of a
on
variation
toast.
of beans on toast.
Yeah, I've never had a toastie with beans.
Never had a toast with beans. That's good. You did that well. 6. 47.3.
Oh.
So that's what round is this? 4.
5.
Round 5. First of 2020.
I scored the Beans Week East scores 47.3, and it's higher than my vegan one, which is good. So we'll be back in a second with cheese round. Do you know what you're making yet?
I have no idea.
But it's next weekend, so
Yeah. I need to think about how I incorporate fire into it, like you did, because that was really unique. I thought that really set you apart from all the other rounds. So, what can I set on fire? That's going to be the big question. Hello, YouTube. Cheese toastie time, but it's a little bit of a different take, isn't it? Because we don't have a cheese toastie machine anymore, but we have the cheese, we have the bread, so we have all the ingredients and the necessary things to make something similar. So we're going to do like a grilled cheese toastie thing. My toastie today is going to be inspired by New Orleans, because Kate and I booked a trip there for later in the year, so I thought why not try and like give a bit of a nod and just completely mangle an amazing old traditional New Orleans recipe and not do it justice. So that's my idea. The keen-eared, eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will notice New Orleans funk playing in the background. So I'm going to serve the cheese toastie with a slide of New Orleans jazz and funk. Here we go. There's not much cooking involved in this one actually, I've realised, but there's a shit ton of ingredients. So I'm going to get it all out. It's all about prep today, and not just prep but layering. I think it's going to be all in the layering. Let's see how it goes. I'm holding this on a stand so it keeps wobbling like that, and so you keep either seeing my torso or the ceiling. So yeah, what I'm making today is a New Orleans classic, apparently, so says Google. It's called muffaletta, and it just basically means loads of cheese, loads of meat. I'm wondering if this is like a subconscious thing on my part, because the last cheese toastie I made was vegan, so I feel like maybe I'm overcompensating a little bit, so sorry about that. But here we go, this is what we got. We've got some meats, we've got Iberico, we've got mortadella and some salami. Then we've got all the cheeses, well, all 3 of the cheeses, mozzarella, Jarlsberg, and this guy, which is, it's like an Italian cheese, which is a bit like mozzarella, which I can never remember how to pronounce. Taleggio, that's the one. It's just a soft cheese, really good for melting, and stinks, which is what you want from a cheese. And what we're going to do that in, we're going to do that in some bread, but not any old bread. This guy, little one I prepared earlier, little focaccia. My concern on this is that it's going to be a bit too thin, so it's going to just be really crispy bread rather than like nice sort of soft middle, but we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to do like a olive-y type of salad thing that's going to go in the toastie, which is going to be made up of roasted red peppers, sort of olive tapenade mix. I'm going to chuck some capers in that bad boy. Kate loves capers, so I think I'm going to get extra capers points. I also need to get a tomato out, because as I was talking I remembered, oh yeah, tomatoes. Slice it up real nice. Salted butter for the focaccia. So I'm just going to do a bit of a mix for the olives and the capers and the peppers, and then I'll come back to you when it's all ready. That thickness, or that, or that, or that. Never used this cheese before, Taleggio, but yeah, it's got a good consistency. They're so good. No cheese toastie making session is complete without a tea break. Thinking about technique points, Kate really upped her game on the last cheese toastie. She not only just did a really good job in just prepping everything, but she well, the technical ability, she really took it one step further and she set fire to the toaster machine, which was something I wasn't expecting. It's taking barbecuing to a whole new level. Really got that kind of smoky flavour, that smoky texture in there as well. I've been looking around the kitchen looking for something to set fire to, and there's not that much that I'm willing to sacrifice. And of course, because she set fire to the toaster machine in her last Toastie, that means we don't have that anymore. It's really a one-time deal. It's a one-shot thing, and otherwise you just have to keep buying cheese toasting machines and setting fire to them, which isn't ideal. Using this skillet, it's a skillet. I like to call it a ridged pan. I think that was the original name, but skillet might be a bit more popular. You might know it as a skillet. So I'm hoping that works just as well as setting fire to it. I'll see if there's something I can set fire to later, just to add a little bit of theatre, a bit of drama to it. Okay, now I'm going to make the olive mix. Olive mix? Olive mix. Capers, maybe 5 each. Olive tapenade. Now, you can make this yourself with olives and tapenade, or you can just buy it. I have no idea how much of this to put in. I've said this before in my cheese toastie videos, I think, but I like to use the whole kitchen. Really explore the space, really explore your utensils, your plates, check every cupboard, make sure there isn't a surface that's left unfilled with something. We've got bread on plates, we've got peppers on plates, we've got tiny bits of tapenade in big bowls. Just really, really let yourself loose. With these guys, like I said, I was a bit worried they're a bit too thin, and I also need to butter the outside of it, so I'm going to cut them in half now, give them a little buttering, if you were asking, which I don't think you were. But you don't need to see me battle with focaccia, do you? You missed it. That's perfect, look at that. You with me on this? Oh, tore it. Okay, so once you feel like you've made sufficient amount of mess, it's time to start buttering and layering. I'm really bad at the presentation style, like I never give it much thought. Kate's presentation style consists of her like squirting ketchup into an I love you, I heart you shape. I've done it a few times now and I haven't said anything or marked her down, and this is my way of telling her, because I'll tell her to her face. I can do it through the camera and, you know, to her thousands of followers. I thought that'd be a bit better way to share that feedback.
Future Katie just editing this here. Excuse me, mister. You said you liked that.
Appearance, I love the little I heart you sriracha scribble. So I still don't know what to do with that really. I think I'm hoping that the taste of the Toastie is enough to go on, and the fact that I've got New Orleans jazz playing, a bit of a cop out, but I'm hoping that sort of does the trick. Time to layer it. I need a bit more of an up close view I think for this, because this is where the magic happens. This is what's going to be the differentiator. I think let's start with a layer of yarls. This is going to be a very thick, very cheesy Toastie. So on sandwich 2, this is going to be maybe a little bit thinner. Basically what I'm thinking of doing is whichever one looks the best, I'll give that one to Kate, because it's all under points. I'm going to be properly jealous if it looks nicer, because I want the tastiest one, but competitive. I need the win. I think this is why I couldn't be a celebrity chef. Not because I don't know what I'm doing, because I do, but because I'm tall I have to bend down to see the camera, or I just have to shuffle around like that. Makes it very difficult. I don't have the leg strength. Oh my god, I have no idea what's going to happen. You're right in this with me now, so there's no getting away from it. You're complicit in this. That is too much for a normal human being. In the instructions it suggests a big spatula. Big enough? Not for those fuckers. It's not making the right noise. Don't they normally make a nice sizzling noise? It says cover it, that isn't big enough. Cheese isn't melting, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Look at that, there's a bit of cheese there. Doing fuck all. I think I'm going to try and flip it. God, this is terrifying. I might take the whole thing out. doesn't look too bad. It's like a panini. What I don't understand, right, is when I took it out really hot, burnt my fingers just on the bread. Cheese isn't melting. Why is that? If it could melt my fingers, why can't it melt the cheese? Okay, so while that's not melting, I thought I'd show you what I did for the presentation, just a master stroke. Little notes for the plates, because it's music and it's New Orleans and it's funk. And the battery thing's running out, so I'll see you on the other side.
Oh my giddy gosh, this is unusual. It's not our typical grilled cheese. Oh my god, it looks amazing. Ow, look at that. There's so many layers to this. So good.
Can you see what this is?
It looks like a music note.
Yes.
Is it? A
yes.
music note?
So we've got New Orleans jazz, New Orleans inspired sandwich, New Orleans inspired sauce.
Babe, look at that. Oh my god, that looks incredible. What's this called?
This is called the New Orleans.
Oh no, yours is a little bit burnt.
Mine's really burnt.
Oh my god, there's so many components to this. Tapenade.
There's some in there, but...
I can taste it really strong.
Can you? Cheese didn't melt.
This is restaurant style. I would pay £7 for this.
That wouldn't cover my costs.
Okay, what's in it?
Okay, so we've got 3 different types of cheese.
Can I guess? You've got some sort of cube of cheddar, mozzarella. That's it. Oh, there's a slab here. I don't know what that is. This is the fanciest one we've ever had. God, look at me, I look like a right scruff. Why do I always look like the biggest scruff bag when we film this video? I hope I'm in focus, so we're using a different camera, but that's okay. We've renamed
it.
What is it called now?
It's called the Muffalentin, because
Muffalentin
just rolls off the tongue better, and it's based on a muffaletta, apparently.
Okay, aroma. It's not really good out here. I couldn't decipher, maybe just a bit of focaccia I could smell.
Burnt focaccia?
No, not burnt. It was nice. I'm going to score that 6.
So just above average smell?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, no, it wasn't a bad smell. It was just a nice smell. Technique. Tell me through your technique.
Well, there was no cooking to be done because it was just about proparing it all, and there was just a lot of ingredients. So
how did what took the most amount of time?
What do you mean? Why was that so long?
How did you what took so long to prepare it? Just cutting all the cheese up.
Yeah, getting all the meat out, cutting all the cheese up. Slicing the focaccia in half took a while.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Because it was very thin. And then layering it.
And so did you start grilling a piece of bread in the pan and laid it out?
No. I laid it and then put the whole thing in the pan.
And then flipped it all?
And then flipped the whole shebang, yeah.
I mean, your technique, it was a lot of layering and a lot of ingredients. I feel like I would have scored you higher on technique had you have grated the cheese, because then it might have melted a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, could I say a 6?
Yeah.
Texture, there was loads of amazing textures in there. It was meaty, the focaccia was gorgeous because it had a nice crunch to it. And then you had the sharp tang of the capers and the blocks of cheese, and yeah, it was just a very nice texture. So I'd give that an 8. Fill, brilliant fill.
Just a lot of meat and cheese.
A lot, and it was amazing. I'm going to give it an 8.
Nice.
Appearance.
Gosh, today.
Am I?
Go on.
I think that looks better than a lot of toasties I've had in cafes and restaurants. So appearance, I'm going to have to score it a 9, also because I liked the sriracha. I mean, that's very high for appearance, but I feel like it's restaurant standards. Taste. The first thing I got a taste of was the tapenade.
Was it?
Yeah, it was quite strong,
but
the more I ate, less I could taste that, and the more I could taste the individual cheeses. Can I give it an 8.5?
Yeah.
And then uniqueness. Well, firstly, I've never had a toastie with focaccia bread like that, I don't think. And it is a already specified recipe.
It is.
That I cannot wait to try now when we go to New Orleans, and I cannot wait to compare it to that, because I reckon yours actually might beat the
I don't reckon.
I think so. I think it could.
Just imagine more melted cheese, more meats. No, that'd be good.
Can I give it a 7?
Yeah, 52.5.
Whoa.
I think maybe technique needs to go down because
yeah.
It wasn't a grilled cheese sandwich.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
So I feel like that needs to come down a few.
2. I'm
Two?
going to take away 2 points. I'm going to score it a 4.
Score it a 4. Okay, so 50.5.
I mean, that's still very high.
Oh God, I feel very full.
Well,
thanks babe. Thanks for marking me.
That's okay. I still have a half left because it was a beast to try and eat. Like, honestly, that was so filling. So I might have this later on as a little snack.
As a massive snack.
It was really good. Like, I want to eat the rest of that, but I know I
need a bit of a lie down.
Yeah, get the kettle on. And thank you so much for that.
Okay.
Congratulations on winning this round.
Oh, round 1.
Round 1 of 2020. We'll be back in a couple more weeks with part 2 of the year. If anyone has any themes they would like to see, do let us know. I quite like the idea of having a theme of like colour. So all the ingredients, say like red, you've got to use all the red ingredients.
That's interesting.
Bye now.